What's going on, everyone? Thanks for checking out this Fallout 76 video. In case you don't know, we are expected aliens in the game. I know there is the Flatwoods monster, and that is considered an alien, but there are supposed to be Zetan Aliens coming to Fallout 76. I'm not exactly sure how they're going to be introduced, but there are loads of references around in the game of the aliens. And not to mention, they are even in the Fallout 76 guidebook. I'll go ahead and show you real quick. I got the book right here. As you can see, here's the guidebook. It's back where the enemy types are. Page 523 if you want to come check this out for yourself. But yeah, as you can see, Zetan Aliens. We have an alien that's going to be level 1, alien lieutenant, alien captain, and an alien star admiral, level 52. That seems to be the highest Zetan alien that's referenced in the book anyways. And as you can see, the description for them reads, the Zetan alien isn't much for combat, which is probably good considering how hard it is to find one. It will simply shoot at you with its alien blaster until you give it a proper Earth welcome. Kill it to collect the alien blaster and ammunition. So yeah, really interesting. I have not seen these in game quite yet. I'm not exactly sure where this Zetan alien is at specifically with the background that we can see. But yeah, once again, this is not the Flatwoods monster because as you can see, here is the description for the Flatwoods monster encounters. So since we know that they are going to be in the game at some time, I mean, why on earth would they be in the Fallout 76 guidebook? I'm going to be going over all of the references as well as holotapes that I know of that involve the aliens, just to get more players hyped about what's to come in the game. If you know of any that I don't go over in this, feel free to share it down below in the comments. I'm highly interested in anything Zetan alien-like in this game, just because I know it's going to be coming sometime in the future. And it's going to be really interesting. Heck, we could even get abducted from some UFOs or something. Who the heck knows? I know that sounds like way out of the ordinary, but come on. I mean, they're going to be introduced in the game somehow. And I'm sure Bethesda is going to try to make it really interesting for us. Anyways, the first one that I wanted to go over in this video is located over at Lewisburg. When you get here, you want to head over to the taxidermy, and when inside, you just want to go down this hallway and open up this closet door that will have a level 1 lock. Once you unlock this, you will see an alien head mounted on the wall, and also you can notice the alien body in the corner with the pumpkin bucket on its head. So yeah, this is obviously not a real alien going on here. I don't know exactly if that mounted head is, but I do know the body and whatnot is robotic here. Anyways, the next one that I wanted to show you, speaking of robotic, this is another one that I believe is a man-made robotic alien. Just because when I shot it, no blood came out of it. But you can find this located over here near Lewisburg. Once again, it's over here next to this 83A street sign. And when you get over here, you should notice a dump truck. And in the back of this dump truck, you can find an alien with a trilby hat on. Now, I don't know exactly why it has a trilby hat on. And when I first saw this, I thought it was an actual real alien because of that trilby hat. It gives it like a little bit of a personality. I was like, what the heck? Was this some kind of like mafia alien? But then I had that theory debunked on whether it was a real one or not by blasting it in its face. As you can see, no blood, so yeah. Turns out it was robotic. Either way, this is definitely another alien reference in Fallout 76 that I want to share with y'all. It's very, very random. I have not seen any others that are just like this, laying in the back of a truck. Anyways, the next one is a very interesting holotape that we can discover over at the radio astronomy area. When you get over here, if you head up to the top floor of this place and head inside this room here, you can find a holotape that is titled Something's Up. Listen into this.
There's some weird shit going on here, man.
What are you talking about?
I know we just started our internship here, but I can already tell there's something off about this place.
Like what?
I heard a couple of the full-timers talking about some off-the-wall stuff. Wait, are you recording this? What the fuck, man? What's going on?
You were told to keep your head down and do your research, Jonathan.
Wait, who are they?
We need you to come with us, Jonathan.
So it seems like some Men in Black conspiracy stuff is happening. The person who was talking apparently knew too much. And keep in mind that this holotape, once again, is discovered at an area where they are literally studying space. the radio astronomy location. So space and aliens, I mean, you get it. It goes hand in hand together. I bet you he heard about their existence. Obviously, it was over something he was not supposed to be knowing. Whether he was killed from these random people once he knew too much, or his memory was wiped, or heck, maybe he could have just joined their little cult since he figured out what the whole information was. I mean, obviously all of this is just speculation. We don't know exactly who these people are quite yet. Could you imagine, like, in the future we get some kind of like Men in Black DLC? Like, there will be actual human NPCs that look similar to Men in Black with alien partners or something, and they hunt down the bad aliens. That would be pretty crazy. I don't know if that would ever be a thing, but I mean, hey, as you just heard with the holotape, there is some kind of Men in Black conspiracy going around in the Fallout 76 universe. Anyways, this next alien reference seems to be this giant alien shrine or grave or something where people came to. Because as you can see at the bottom of these rocks that are stacked on top of one another, you can notice that a plate is there with a few caps, as well as a little toy alien and some flowers. This is what was making me believe that this is some kind of alien grave of some sort, but I'm not exactly sure once again. Anyways, as you can see for this like shrine's design, it has all these antennas or something poking around out of it. Also, you can notice these little stick figures that are drawn on it too. And it seems like whoever did draw these was the person who came here to put like the toy alien flowers here, because you can notice like the chalk down there as well. Anyways, what's interesting about this is the stick figures on it are a little different from one another. Well, two are similar, and I believe these two are referencing aliens. As you can see next to this little stick figure, you can see these lines drawn out of its head, whoever this is standing next to that little stick figure. And also you can see another one of these, and it seems like this is a female with, once again, lines sticking out of its head. And I believe these are representing those antennas that we do see on the little toy alien that's here. I believe that those are aliens, and the little one is someone they might have been taken care of or something. I'm not exactly sure the whole backstory on this, but yeah, I thought this was really weird. And also I noticed that there were these see-through balls on two of the antennas too. Once again though, I have no idea what this is all about. I do know though that it does seem to be referencing an alien. As far as what it's significant for, I have no clue. Anyways, next up here, I wanted to show you something secretive over at the crashed space station, which I believe is going to be some sort of dungeon or something that we're going to be able to access sooner or later. The reason why is just because the crashed space station is extremely lonely over here. Like, there isn't much going on whatsoever over here. I don't know if you all have ever trekked this way, but it definitely feels empty. Anyways, in the back of this area over here, you can actually access this place, and you will notice that there is a door that seems to be inside the terrain we could possibly be able to access sometime. And also, not to mention a petrified corpse here too, looking like it was wanting inside. Not exactly sure what's going to be in this, but I have a feeling it may have something to do with aliens, seeming how this is the crashed space station. Also, you can see some pretty interesting drawings too of what seems to be an alien abduction, as well as multiple UFOs on walls of a trailer. And you can find this trailer located over here next to Berkeley Springs, which is also located next to the new legendary vendor. But anyways, as you can see, inside this trailer, you can see a drawing of an alien abduction happening, and you can find multiple other UFOs over here on the bathroom wall. And as you can see, a bunch of question marks too. Not to mention, also in here you can find a skeleton wearing a tinfoil hat that you can pick up and wear yourself if you want. I'm not exactly sure what happened here, but my theory, of course, I don't know if this is right, just a speculation, I think he drew what he saw, and he was completely confused by it, as we saw with all those question marks on the wall. Once again, I don't know exactly, I just thought this was extremely interesting and worth to share with you all in this compilation. Okay, so next up, in case you don't know, there is an alien blaster in the game as well. It's not that powerful, although in the future it could be. If you are interested in this, it'll be located over here next to the butterfly on the map, and it'll be inside this safe, as well as a rusted key too. Now, I'm not going to get too much into detail about all that you have to do to get to TNT Dunkey 2, but you can use this rusted key to the door at the top of Freddy Fears, And not to mention, there's a note underneath the door of this place that you can use this rusted key at. And this note says that they are onto me, basically. So it seems like this guy was being tracked because of the information that he knows. It could be tying in with what we just heard in the past with that whole Men in Black thing that happened. Whatever they had to keep very secretive about. Anyway, sooner or later, doing all this quest line, you can just look it up somewhere else, because I'm not going to explain all of this in this video because it'll just drag it on way too long. But it'll lead to you getting the TNT Dunkey too, which you can use at Blackwell Ordnance. And inside this place you can find some alien blaster ammo, as well as an alien blaster fusion mag plan, and an interesting note that talks about using real alien technology. Not to mention, there's also like a cryo chamber inside this TNT dome. At the moment, we can't interact with it whatsoever, but who knows, in the future, we may be able to. Anyways, last up here, I saved the most interesting for last. There are 2 holotapes that we can collect at Flatwoods. And these holotapes are extremely interesting. We actually hear alien chatter within them, and we get to listen in on an actual alien abduction. These holotapes are called Who Goes There, and there are 2 parts to them. The first one can be found in the tavern, once again at Flatwoods, and it'll be located behind the bar here. Listen into this.
Welcome back, dear listeners. It's time once again to put aside all you think you know, all you believe to be true. Time to open your mind to the strange, bizarre, and sometimes terrifying world that exists in the shadows and fringes of our own, where myth, legend, and rumor are made real. Yes, it's time for more thrilling tales from the West Virginia hills. Tonight's episode, Who Goes There? The Strange Encounter in Flatwoods, is brought to you by Sugar Bombs, the breakfast cereal with explosive great taste, and 100% of the recommended daily allowance of sugar. Get your morning started right with Sugar Bombs. Our tale begins on a fateful night when a young pioneer scout, Fred Fisher, finds himself in quite the predicament, having taken a spill and fallen into a dark place.
Where am I? Jack? Biff? Mr. Bailey? Can anybody hear me?
I can hear you.
Who's there? I can't see you.
Me. My name's Sally. What's yours?
Fred.
Are you okay, Fred?
I think so. My head's a little woozy. Must have hit it when I fell.
Oh, no. Did you get lost, too?
Well, sort of. What I mean is that I was camping with my scout troop by the lake near Flatwoods. There were these lights kind of dancing in the sky.
Neat.
I guess. Anyway, we heard some weird noises, and the guy's double dog dared me to go look, so I did.
All by yourself? You're really brave.
Shucks. Thanks. I followed the noises to an entrance of an old mine. It smelled awful there, like rotten eggs, but worse. Suddenly, there was this bright light shining down on me. I was super scared and ran to the mine to hide, but everything felt strange. Like, my feet weren't even touching the ground. Everything went black, and I woke up here in the dark.
That all happened to me, too. We'll just do what my dad says. When you've strayed or lost your foot, do what's best and stay put. They said they'd bring him soon.
There are other people here?
A very good question indeed. Tune in next time to find out the answer in the chilling conclusion of Who Goes There? The Strange Encounter in Flatwoods.
So yeah, as you just heard, maybe the beginning was a little off. It seemed a little commercialized or whatever, but it got pretty interesting. It gets even more interesting though when we go check out part 2, which is located right down the road from the tavern in this mailbox here, as you can see. Let's go ahead and listen into this one.
Tonight, we bring you the final chapter of Who Goes There? The Strange Encounter in Flatwoods. In the last episode, Pioneer Scout Fred Fisher met a curious girl named Sally while hiding in the dark. But, as it turned out, they weren't alone.
There are other people here?
Yeah, they probably just went
What kind of games?
I'm still learning the rules. Mostly, they're kind of boring and only hurt when they use the needles.
Needles?
Yeah, you know, like at the doctor.
This doesn't sound like any game I know. It sounds downright awful, and these people sound really bad. We have to get out of here.
No, no, stay put, stay put, stay put, stay put.
Okay, stop screaming. Ah, the light. It's so bright.
That's where they come in to bring food or when it's time to play.
Sally, what's that helmet thing you're wearing? It looks like it's screwed into your head.
Time to play. Time to play.
Sally,
Time
what's wrong?
to
Why are you acting like that?
time to play.
I see them now.
Time to
They aren't human at all.
time to
No, stop! Let me go! Sally, help me! I don't want to play! I don't want to play any games! No!
Fred Fisher was found days later, wandering by the river outside Flatwoods. He was disoriented, but unharmed, save for 2 small wounds on each temple. To this day, Fred is convinced his strange encounter was real, and even continues to search high and low for a missing girl named Sally, whom he swears he met. So I leave it to you to decide, dear listeners. Was this simply the wild imagination of a frightened boy lost in the woods? Or was Fred Fisher in fact abducted by brainwashing aliens from outer space? Be sure to tune in next week for another thrilling chapter of Tales from the West Virginia Hills.
But yeah, there you have it, everyone. All the alien secrets that I know of in the game. I know we are expected to get aliens eventually in Fallout 76 because after all, it is in the guidebook, and I believe it also is. And I believe it also was a challenge too to take a picture of an actual alien, and a Flatwoods monster wouldn't count. So yeah, it seems like challenges are already entering the game. I'm out here though, everybody. Thanks for taking the time, watching and listening. If you found this enjoyable, consider leaving a like. Your all support is always greatly appreciated. And hey, if you're new around here, consider giving my channel a chance by sticking around and subscribing. As always though, that's totally up to you all. Until next time, peace.